food, the things that we intake into our body. So I don't totally eliminate peanut butter because I can deal with some acidity.
Yeah.
Right? We all can deal with some stuff. You can have alkaline and acidic foods and still have a healthy body.
Yeah.
It's just if you do overboard
it's
of
kind of
anything.
like the thought of anything in moderation.
Yeah, right.
But
I mean, I only do crack once a year because it's moderation. You only snort coke once a year. I'm just kidding. I like to throw that joke out because I mean, not moderation in everything, but the things that you are going to consume that may be a vice to you, if you want to use that, or it's a guilty pleasure food or
like
whatever, like crack. then being just not going overboard on it, yes, that's good. But I mean, even a good healthy thing like an avocado, I'm not going to eat 50 avocados in a day.
I could.
I started doing that and I ended up getting sick. So I have personal experience with this. I was eating, this literally was my diet last year. I was trying to fight parasites and I was trying to get rid of like all these foods. So I totally eliminated peanut butter, went to only almonds.
Yeah.
I was having my almonds freshly ground, almond butter. I was eating organic apples and I would eat like probably 3 or 4 apples a day and probably at least, a half a cup plus of ground almond butter. I mean, a lot. Okay. So a lot of calories coming from there, but it's healthy. It's healthy. I mean, that's healthy stuff. And then I would consume at least 3 or 4 full avocados a day and tons of veggies and things like that. Because I was trying to get rid of parasites. Well, it worked. I got rid of these parasites and you don't want to hear the full story. It was disgusting. I got rid of them.
Does it involve a camera?
Yeah, actually it did. It did. You can see. Fine, I'll let everybody know. I got like a 10-inch worm out, dude. It was disgusting. And yeah, it was on video footage. Amazing. But that part was great. I got rid of that.
Yeah.
But because of the foods that I was eating, I was still trying to keep up my calories. I was losing weight, so I'm like, oh no, I want more calories. So I'm feeding myself all of these healthy foods. Mm-hmm. I did so much of those healthy foods, I started creating other stomach issues, right? So that's the problem. You could end up going overboard.
That's funny because me and my mom, I went on a walk this morning and my mom said...
Of course you did. Shane doesn't go a day without...
Yeah. My mom said I should have picked up a breakfast sandwich for her from McDonald's. I said we could call John and have him run. And she said John's body would probably... go into like
shock.
from eating that.
Yeah. There's no way. Like I haven't had any fast food like that, and I'm not joking when I say it's almost been 20 years.
Yeah.
And it's just because I decided to make a change in my life. I decided to stop putting things in my body that were damaging it. Mm-hmm. I made that choice. And was it easy? No, it wasn't actually. The choice was easy, just like everybody. The choice is easy. It's the action that's hard.
Yeah.
It's implementing what you chose to do that's hard.
Well, I wish there was a way to make people realize that. I think that's kind of why I've been posting like walking times and stuff like that is because I have a goal and I want to jog.
Yeah.
And
you'll get there.
Get to 4 miles an hour. Ooh, and that's my goal. But
you could beat a little kid.
So
come on, kid, I'll race you.
So I think that's kind of why I've been posting that stuff.
Yeah.
And just to keep myself accountable for one thing, it helps in doing that because
public accountability is actually really great, you guys.
I think that's one reason, but the other reason is just because I want to show people if I can do it, you can for sure can. Yeah.
And I think it's working because even people at my gym that they know you, you know, and things like that. So they, but they don't get to see you all the time, but they, a lot of them follow you and they follow Iron Will and everything. So we discuss that sometimes like, dude, Shane's such a badass. He's like, he like just keeps doing it, it encourages them.
Yeah.
And I mean, they work out hard, but to see somebody else where something that's not easy for you to do, right?
Yeah.
But it's, I wouldn't say it's extremely hard, but it's the consistency that's paying off.
And I find the more I try and do something every day, like go for a walk and do burpees, and
Yeah, dude, that was awesome.
I find out what's hard for me, and so I can focus on it and get myself to be where I want to
Yep.
be.
So Shane's challenge is to practice burpees.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yep.
he did 20 in a row. Like, well, of course he had to keep going because we turned on the camera, so
Yeah.
he couldn't.
Yeah, I couldn't
he
stop.
couldn't stop and rest. But he did all his 20 burpees. This was at the end of the workout, after deadlifts, after boxing, and then 20 burpees right at the end. And dude, it was incredible.
Yeah.
It was awesome. And I had a lot of people comment on that too. They're just like, dude, that was amazing. Most people would have said, hey, I can't do that.
Yeah.
I mean, I asked you, I said, can you do burpees? And you're like, I don't know. I guess we're going to try. So,
Well, it doesn't hurt to try.
yeah. And if it does hurt, physically hurt,
Yeah,
then of course
we'll stop.
We'll modify something. You know, we're not idiots.
Yeah.
I'm not an evil coach that's like, I don't care if it hurts. Do
Get
them all.
down and do
Damn it.
20.
Yeah. But that brings me to consistency. You see that, which, you know how you were saying, so Shane's been really consistent. But Shane mentioned just a minute ago, how do we get people to make that realization, to understand that what they're consuming, that they need to create some type of practice to overcome what they're consuming all the time. So we talk about moderation, we talk about consistency now. So here's how it works. This is the easiest way to explain consistency and the power of it is think of if John Chase decided to eat a cheeseburger and fries, and let's say I throw in a Coke, maybe even a small little milkshake. Or what's a Frosty? Is that Wendy's?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So we're going Wendy's here. So I do all of that, which people do that. That's
Every
a
day.
lot of calories.
Every day.
What if I chose to do that every day?
Yeah.
Okay. The first day, I might have stomach upset, might feel a little gassy, bloated.
Yeah.
I wouldn't like it. But then I do it the next day. Okay. Then I do it the next day. Then I do it the next day. In a week, I probably still wouldn't notice, because of my healthy lifestyle, I probably still wouldn't notice any weight gain. But how about I do that for a month?
But
2 or 3 months?
like you said, the weight gain isn't the biggest issue. It's
damaging
what
my
it does
internal
to your
organs.
mind.
It's inflaming my brain, causing all those other things we talked about in the beginning. So I choose to do this. Let's say I choose to do this for 3 months. You'd probably see some actual result.
Yeah.
Okay. A negative impact on my health. I'd be sluggish in the gym. There'd be some other things. What if I chose to do that for a year, 5 years, 10 years?
You'd stop going to
I would
the
be
gym.
the general
Yeah.
population. I would be the person that's at higher risk for cardiovascular disease, diabetes, all the things that are the chronic killers in this world. That's what it would turn into because of this choice that I decided to just eat it once.
Yeah.
All right. I decided, well, I'm going to eat this once. But then the next day, guess what? I made that choice again.
Yeah.
Ate it once. So the reverse is true. This is how consistency works. It's the compound effect. The reverse is true. What if I decide to drink a green smoothie
Yeah.
today instead? And I pack it full of just amazing greens, right? Just tons of greens. Maybe I'm going less fruit in this one and trying to go more of a low carb. I make it as nutrient dense as I can. And I drink it. Am I all of a sudden going to be like free of heart disease?
No.
No, I'm not, right? Because I only had it once, right?
Yeah.
But then I choose again to do it the next day. Excuse me, that's not COVID.
I'm personally glad.
Shane's like, get out of my house. Where's your mask, damn it? So
This is a mask-free
this is a mask-free zone, you guys. So I choose to. Well, I wouldn't be this clear talking. If I was wearing a mask, it would be muffled a little bit more.
Yep.
Actually, I don't even know what that sounds like. Anyways, so what if I chose to do that every day? Right, the next day, the next day, the next day. In a week, I'd start probably noticing a little bit. In a couple months, definitely notice some difference. I'm like, oh, this green smoothie is actually starting to help me. I feel more vibrant, have a little more energy in the morning. I'm looking forward to my workouts a little bit more. My performance is going up, things like that. Well, I do that for a year, 5 years, 10 years, 15 years. I just keep going with that simple habit of making that choice every day and choosing the green smoothie. It compounds over time. It's not the initial time. So that's what we
And
mean when we talk
one-
about how to implement consistency. You do have to make that choice
Yeah.
over
One
and over
good
and over.
decision will lead to another one, and one bad decision would lead to
It
another
compounds
bad decision.
The Compound Effect. And there's a cool
Yeah.
book called The Compound Effect. It's really short by Darren Hardy. I suggest people to read it. It's short, it's fast, or you can read a long version, and that one's called The Slight Edge, which was one of the first books I remember reading on this type of subject. But it's basically you're just compounding your decisions that you've made to do one simple act and how it affects you in the future. So make that a goal to pick one simple thing, whether it's going on the walks,
Yeah.
like Shane is, and then do it every day.
Yes. And
Don't overwhelm yourself.
Be consistent.
Shane's not going to overwhelm himself and say, okay, I have to do the
No.
walk, plus I have to go lift, plus I have to make sure I get enough water, plus I have to make sure that I do my mindset stuff, plus I got to meditate, plus I need
Yeah.
to sleep 9 hours, plus, he's
This
going to
morning,
start with
I
one
only
first.
went for a 40-minute walk.
There you go.
And because that's all I had time for.
Sure.
But
you did.
the most important thing is I put in
because
the action.
you're building the consistency builds hardwiring in your brain that will build a habit. Once it's a habit, and everybody knows because we all have habits, it's harder to break that habit. You just hope that there's more healthy, positive habits than there are negative ones, right?
Yeah.
So that's if it's going to be eliminating canola oil or whatever, that we're going to throw out there as a challenge. How about another challenge of just picking one thing that you can work on and being consistent with it for a month. Just be consistent with whatever that is.
Just try to be happy in the moment and what
Don't worry
you're
about
doing.
all of the other things. Just keep it simple, and it could be drinking, half your body weight in ounces of water. It could be drinking that green smoothie per day. Just one. Just choose one. You can still eat all the other junk.
So the
just have
challenge is
one simple
to
act.
read the back of the labels.
Yep. Read back the labels. Make
And
sure you're eliminating
add one
canola oil.
positive thing today
Yes.
to do today.
And then just continue that act.
Yes.
And you will notice a difference. And when you
then
notice a difference,
maybe in a week, add another one.
exactly. That's how it works. That's how the compound effect works.
Yeah.
That's how consistency works. Is once it's a habit, you have space, you have available space in your mind to be able to take on another thing, another action, right?
I think routines help me personally with that kind of thing.
Waking up at the same time, going to bed at
Waking
the same time. Yeah.
at the same time, drinking a apple cider vinegar.
It's great.
And in the morning, and then going for a walk, and then cutting my hair every week or whatever.
Yeah.
Just
Keep a
having
routine.
something to do that I know I have to do every week.
Routine is great.
Yeah.
If your lifestyle can have a strict routine, go for it.
Yeah.
Some people can't have a strict routine because there's so many other factors.
Yeah.
I mean, I have 6 kids.
Yeah.
And when you have
I'm
school
sure
time,
it's
you have
almost
other time. Yeah.
impossible for you to have
To have a strict routine because
yes.
it's not the same. I don't go to bed at the same time every night, right? Sometimes I'm doing math homework with one of my kids or whatever, but I try to get to bed on a decent hour so then I actually can feel better in the morning. So I'm more productive in the morning. I don't wake up as early every morning, but most of the time it's between 4:30 or 6, depending on if it's a training day or not.
Yeah.
And then I do have some routines. There's still the workout. There's still the coaching. There's still the, all that kind of stuff. But because I've created habits, it's easy for me to fit things in.
Yeah.
I still eat healthy, right? I don't have to actually routine my food out anymore because it comes natural now.
There's certain things that you won't budge on, know? Like,
Yeah, you're not going to get me to
obviously-
go to McDonald's.
obviously
won't.
you have to go to the gym every day because you own a gym.
Yeah, and I have to train people, and I have to. Yeah, I mean, I chose that.
yes.
I chose that lifestyle.
And that's probably why you chose that profession,
yeah,
because that was so
is.
important to you that you wanted to have a way to do that every day.
fitness changed me.
Yeah.
It changed me so much. physically, mentally, even spiritually, to the point where I want other people to feel that too.
I think that might be the best